You know that euphoric feeling when you finished everything you have to do for the day? All your homework's done, you finished your essay, your chores are done, and you still have time left to do whatever you want with the rest of your day because you're a determined, hardworking, successful person? Yeah, well, turn all that upside down and think of the complete opposite. You know how that feels? You just can't seem for the life of you to be able to start typing that report that's due tomorrow, or writing that paper you've been meaning to start since it was first assigned 3 months ago? Yeah, me too. Now, don't say this hasn't happened to you. No one's perfect. Everyone gets a little stumped or procrastinates from time to time, and that is what brought us here today. Lately, I've been doing this with the scripts for my videos, and it's not that I mean to, but sometimes I just can't think of the first word to type down, or have so much trouble trying to make sense of everything going on inside my head that I just distract myself with meaningless entertainment and tell myself I'll do it later when I can think more clearly. But you and I both know that when later comes around, so will another excuse not to do it. And I'm sure you've done this before too, and that might just be why you're watching this video. Personally, I'm sick and tired of feeling unproductive and not being able to get these done. So with the help of some friends, I've figured out some of the best solutions to get past this problem next time you're just not feeling it, and how to hopefully prevent it in the future. Let's jump right into it, because I'm low-key making this video and doing all this research to find the solution and fix my own problem, but hopefully at the same time, maybe I can help someone else out who's been having problems focusing lately. I know it's super frustrating and can make you feel hopeless, so if this helps just one person, I'll be happy. Now first, we're going to be talking about the cause of the problem. We want to find a solution, we need to understand the problem and what causes it. And from what I can figure out, there's 3 main reasons that I end up not getting around to what I need to do. The first one being distractions. Now, some say being a good writer is 2% talent and 98% not being distracted by the internet. And well, that's true. This one's a big factor for me. For the most part, I get distracted fairly easy and by just about anything. Most of the time it's internet stuff. Cool videos, new music, podcasts, all the fun stuff. But it's also not internet stuff, like food, doggos walking by my window, video games, my phone, everything. Everything is a distraction. If only I could get distracted by writing my scripts, my problem would be solved. Next, we've got our distant friend procrastination. And this is a dish best served eventually. Procrastination is when you put off things to do later. Typical procrastination includes ignoring the task, hoping it will go away, doing something else that is not very important, and talking about how hard the work is rather than doing it. You'll either end up never doing it or doing it right before the deadline. And when you work for yourself and you control the deadline, it's just constantly pushed back, resulting in it never getting done. This is literally how it goes each time. You have something to do, you'll do anything but that one thing, then you hate yourself, then you really don't get anything done, and then the cycle repeats itself, and it'll just keep repeating itself over and over until you put your foot down and do something about it. And the last thorn in my side is creative block. Ouch. Excuse me, do you know the way to inspiration? Oh yeah, it's just a few blocks that way. Creative block is the absolute worst thing you can't think of, and I think this mainly stems from a lack of inspiration and a lack of focus. Who knew that without these 2 things, one could feel so helpless and lost that they just run out of ideas? It's like the part of your brain that you get creativity from is just out of order. Super frustrating, but I'm looking to eliminate that today. Now that we figured out the 3 main causes of the problem, we're going to dive into the solutions for each one, starting with distractions. Now, if I had $1 for every time I got distracted, I wish I had some ice cream. Sorry. Where are we at? Oh, distractions. Right. Okay, so the first and biggest thing to beating your distractions is get up and get out of the house. Yep, that's right. Leave. Go to a cafe or a park or a library, just somewhere that's not your house. We get too comfortable in life and you need to take yourself out of your comfort zone to wake yourself up and be able to focus. Get away from all the distractions and go somewhere new where you can't procrastinate. Try going to a cafe to work for the day and make it your goal to have your first draft done before you leave, and then later you can polish up whatever you need to. The different environment may spark some creativity, and seeing others rush by can be inspiring to know you have to work hard to keep up with everyone else who's working hard. You've got to figure out where your distractions originate and do everything you can to get rid of them. If you get distracted by Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter and need to get rid of your phone, try locking your phone in a box for the day. I just saw Emma Chamberlain did this for a video, and I think I'm going to try it too. Maybe check that out after this video. It gave me a good idea of how much my phone distracts me each day that I don't even realize. Now that we tackled our distractions, we're coming after you, procrastination. I absolutely hate it when I procrastinate, but I think I've started to do it subconsciously when I think about what I need to do. I'm like, I really need to do this thing today. Yeah, okay, sure, but hold on, hear me out. What if we do it tomorrow instead? Ooh, yes. No! It's too easy to say, I'll do it later. You have to just do it, literally. With the hard things, you literally have to just force yourself to do it immediately. Don't give yourself any time to start thinking of excuses and reasons to do it later. Just do it. Write something down. I think one of the scariest things to me is starting with a blank page. Sometimes the blank page is my biggest enemy. When I'm there and I'm staring at that blinking cursor, it seems much more intimidating than it should. Sometimes you have to remember it's okay if your video's not perfect. You have to make some bad videos before you can make some good videos. It's better to just start even if it's not the best rather than continue to put it off because you can't figure out how to make it perfect. The worst thing you can do is not do anything. So literally do anything but that. At the very least, just try writing down the first thing that pops into your head about the subject. Don't even worry about it being good. Just write it down. Then later identify what parts you like or don't like and expand on or rewrite as you need to. Start small and focus on progress. Baby steps. And last but not least is, what was it? I can't think of it. Hey, can I get some help? Psst, 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 psst. Oh, creative block. That's right. How could I forget? Have you ever noticed how hard it is to think of something when you need to think of something? I have my best and most creative ideas come to me out of thin air while I'm out and about, or at the pool, or with a friend. And this is simply because creativity and ideas come to you when your mind is at rest and just wandering. So this means spend more time off autopilot scrolling through Instagram or Twitter. Just spend time not being entertained in some way, or don't be focusing on your phone so you have more time to yourself to formulate ideas. I tend to overthink things sometimes, and I think I subconsciously started using my phone as a distraction to stop me from overthinking. See, it was much easier to go on autopilot and focus on scrolling through Instagram or Reddit rather than be left alone with all my deep thoughts which would eventually spiral out of control. This was definitely a fix, but just the wrong fix. Instead, I should have been practicing on controlling my thoughts better to avoid overthinking rather than just distracting myself from the problem. If I can focus all that energy towards thinking of new ideas and writing my scripts, that would help me take giant steps towards conquering this challenge. Try to be thinking throughout the day about things you want to talk about so your mind can spend time formulating useful things to say about them. If you're lacking inspiration, try picking up some books or research some movies to watch that are related to what you're writing about or that could help you in some way. This tends to help me a lot when I'm doing my research. Now we've discovered the three main causes of the problem: distractions, procrastination, and creative block. And we figured out the solutions to overcoming each one. But now it's time to make our job a little easier and figure out how to prevent these next time we need to buckle down and work. Now the solution here is going to be different for each person. The ultimate goal is to figure out the process which works best for you personally. This could be writing in a busy cafe until you finish, or sitting down in your closet on airplane mode with your phone locked away in the other room. And you'll find this through trial and error, but I'm not going to just leave you here to figure it out on your own. I'm going to go over a bunch of the most effective methods of setting yourself up to get the most possible work done for the time you put into it. The first and most important thing is have fun. Whatever you're doing, you need to find a reason worth writing besides you have to. Ask yourself, if you could say anything to the world, what would it be? What do you want to understand about yourself or share with the world? This will hopefully help you dread writing it a little less and help make you want to write it a little more. Next, try establishing a dedicated writing spot that you only go to when it's time to write. So over time, as you keep going to that one spot, sitting down and writing until you leave, your brain will eventually relate that location and setting to "it's time to write." This will subconsciously put you into writing mode every time you go sit down there, which will eliminate you hopelessly trying to get yourself in the right mood before you actually sit down and write. But try a few different spots out with this one, because you'll want to find a spot that you'll have access to 24/7 and is close enough that you can't make excuses to not go there and write. Just make sure it's somewhere you don't spend a lot of time already, so when you do go there, your brain knows you're only there to write. And I know this isn't for everyone, but I like to do it myself, and I know some of my other creator friends do this too. Try listening to some music without vocals. This will help give you a rhythm to work along to without your brain using some of your focus to listen to people singing. Personally, I like to turn on some heavy-hitting EDM playlists. Something faster, I realize, helps me end up working with the beat, and I think I work a lot faster. Also, try writing your script over the span of 2 days. Coming back to it the next day with a fresh outlook will almost always result in a better script. You may be happy with it today, but tomorrow you'll notice and be able to correct all the flaws, which will save you from finding and redoing them as you're animating the video or after you turned in your paper. And one of the most helpful things I think you can do is find a scripting buddy and have little brainstorm sessions where you bounce ideas off each other and run your scripts by each other. A second opinion is so valuable. But just remember, writing is rewriting. Just keep trying. Find the flaws and discover the details. Be diligent and keep working at it until you finish and get back that feeling of having gotten done everything you need to, and you can stop procrastinating and worrying about it. I really hope this video helped at least one person out there. I know next time I get stumped, I'm going to come right back here and watch this video to help myself get past whatever's holding me back. And now this is the part of the video where normally I'd ask you to go buy my merch or support me on Patreon or read an ad from a sponsor, but since I don't have any of those right now, I just want to ask you to share this video if you think it could help someone out who needs it right now, and go watch another video. I started a new series called How To, and I think you guys will really enjoy it, especially the next few people I've got coming on. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications to be the first one to see my future videos. And this is for me, but could you comment down below what your biggest distraction is while you're trying to get something done? For me, it's a combination of YouTube, my phone, which is usually Instagram or Reddit, and then video games. These three things I want to start cutting back on, and since I started making this video, I've been tracking my time usage for each one and started to notice the time I spent on each one go down since I started being aware of how much time they were actually taking up. I'm really happy about this. Even though it's just baby steps, it's still progress, and that means I'm headed in the right direction. But again, thanks so much for watching this video. I'll be back soon with another one, but until next time, I will see you in the comments section. Peace.